Smackdown. Let me know what y'all think about Smackdown down in the comments. But I think it was a pretty solid show. A lot of good storytelling. Man, Ron Killings attacking on John Cena. John Cena getting into it with all this. Solo coming after Jacob Fatu for an apology. Then he'll forgive him. Woo! Randy Orton. The Wyatts finally fucking show up for a match. Tiffany and Naomi. It was a lot that went down tonight. I be the main event. Welcome to the main event, the most unhinged wrestling podcast on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. This is your Smackdown review. So John Cena kicked out the show. He had a lot to talk about. He had a lot to say because he's always 1,000 steps ahead. He been planning this from the get-go. Yeah, right, John. John Cena, you've been losing all last year, though. Not just last year, but years to come. How many losses John Cena had in a row? Like, he was begging for a fucking win. He was itching for a win. But yet, you're 1,000 steps ahead. Nah, Cena, you ain't gonna sell me that, because I ain't buying that shit. John Cena also says he's the Cena Rushmore, Mount Rushmore, whatever you call it. The mountains with the famous people on it. And he say he's the only one on top of that there. Then he get interrupted by Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes get interrupted by Randy Orton, who says, in order to get to John Cena, if I gotta put a boot in your mouth, I'll do it. So Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes on different sides of the brackets. Could we see Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton for King of the Ring? Let me know who y'all think gonna make it the King of the Ring. What's gonna be the finals? Let me know y'all predictions down in the comments. But LA Knight pulled up. He had a little bit to say. Cena walks off and he gets attacked by Ron Killings. Ron Killings was then pulled off of John Cena. That's when we seen John Cena snapping on the Aldis in the back room. They were arguing like a nice segment. I like that segment. You couldn't hear no words. All you could see is they face expressions and their hand movements. That was pretty funny. Then we get the matchup with LA Knight versus Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes versus Aleister Black in a good match. It was a good match. A lot of back and forths here. A lot of back and forths there. And the match sped up at one time. It started a little slow. Sped up, slowed it back down, then sped up again. Randy Orton takes the win to qualify for the men's King of the Ring on SmackDown side. Jacob Fatu cuts a short promo before he comes out to the ring. Jacob Fatu then talks about how he managed to do this himself. Solo didn't have shit to do with it and all that, and he had to show Solo a little something, you know what I mean? Solo pops up on the Titantron, and he wants Jacob Fatu to meet him next week in the ring for an apology, and he want to hear them 4 words: I love you, Solo. Then Nick Aldis was in his office. Chelsea was on the phone, said she couldn't make it. Nick Aldis replacing her with Albert Fire. Then Zelina pulled up. Now, Zelina is starting to act, and her outlook is starting to be more of Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks haven't re-signed with WWE. Don't look like she's gonna re-sign with WWE no time soon. And Zelina, I guess she figured maybe if I act a little bit more like Sasha Banks, cause she's not here, I can get some sunshine on me. She started to even kind of look like Sasha Banks. Or am I tweaking? Am I tweaking? Huh? Y'all let me know in the comments. Am I tweaking? Then we get the matchup with Jade versus Michin versus Piper versus Nia for the women's qualification in the queens of the ring. And this match started out real slow. Real slow. It was a lot of one-on-ones in this match. Piper and Nia Jax tried to work together. And that's when Nia Jax turned on Piper in the end, causing Piper to take Nia Jax out of the equation. Jade took advantage after Michin was put down by Piper, and Jade takes out Piper for the 1-2-3. Jade succeeds and advances in Queens of the Ring bracket. Naomi comes out, and she talked about how Tiffany cashed in her match with Nia Jax. She fucked that up, and Tiffany pulled up and wanted her to cash in right then and there. So she do a little shit talking, trying to downplay Naomi. Naomi said, "You think I'm Boo Boo the fool? Huh? You think I'm Boo Boo the fool? I'ma cash in when you least expect it. AKA, I'ma cash in when your ass is good and beat down." Yeah. So Naomi walks off. Nia Jax attacks Tiffany Stratton from behind. As she annihilated Tiffany Stratton, Naomi comes to cash in, and Nia Jax stops her from cashing in. Said, "It's my fight. She's mine." So, with that being said, people, are we finna do a vice versa situation? Or is Naomi about to get her revenge in the same way it was taken out on her? Will we get Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax in a rematch? Nia Jax hurts Tiffany Stratton real bad. Naomi capitalized on the situation, cash in, and do Tiffany Stratton like she did her, and fuck her matchup. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that down in the comments. Motor City Machine Guns versus the Y6. And they finally get a match. They finally come through and get a match. Which was, the crowd didn't really react to the match, but that's WWE fault, because we got to get back tuned in with the Y6. They had a nice entrance. Not like usual, but nice entrance, right? Because everybody think, okay, we get on the wide side, we get to cheering them, we get into the Y6, and then they disappear again, right? That's what I was thinking. I'm pretty sure a lot of more people were thinking that. So why should we get into this when that's gonna happen? The Y6 takes the win. Next team up, Francium. Francium may be the next team. DIY may be the last team if Pretty Deadly don't join the party. And then they'll shoot for the Street Profits. Cena runs into Jimmy backstage, asks has he seen R-Truth. Better yet, have you seen Ron Killings? And Jimmy was like, I ain't seen either one of them. He said, man, I know y'all close. When you see him, tell him I'm on my way to the ring right now. And to come out there. So John Cena comes out to the ring, calls out R-Truth. He wants R-Truth right now. But he get an unsurprising guest. CM Punk shows up. CM Punk shows up to the party. And he get real serious with John. He do a little conflict, mind twisting conversation with John Cena. And it was nice. Good promo from CM Punk. John Cena had nothing to say. CM Punk walks off. Ron Killings attack John Cena again. CM Punk says the truth hurt, don't it? So he put John Cena in his own moves. So it looks like Ron Killings still gonna be using some of John Cena moves. And he may come up with some of his own moves, because he just asked for a match against John Cena, which will take place next week on Smackdown. Now, with that being said, will this be the match that send R-Truth home? Did R-Truth really re-sign with WWE? Or did R-Truth agree to ride out his contract with WWE? Let me know what y'all think down in the comments, because this match with R-Truth versus John Cena may be a if I beat you match. R-Truth, you done. You over with. You gone. I got a feeling that's how they gonna make this match. Now let's not look past the fact that R-Truth was actually satisfied with being released. He was on some more shit. R-Truth was ready to get back on TikTok and start showing out. So, you know, R-Truth be showing out on TikTok. If y'all don't follow Ron Killings on TikTok, go get that man a follow. He also be going live on IG, so he want to do his own thing right now. And I think this match is gonna take R-Truth out of WWE. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments though. Alexa Bliss was getting interviewed, then Charlotte Flair pulled up right before the match. Charlotte Flair comes out. She was doing her queenish shit, and Alexa Bliss merged in here and interrupted Charlotte, and she just looked at Alexa Bliss like, you little motherfucker. Who the fuck you think you is? And Alexa Bliss just smiling like, ha ha, I got one over on you. Not only that, but it was a good little match. It was a nice match with Apple Fire and Candice LeRae joining the party. And Alexa Bliss still gets one over on Charlotte Flair. While Charlotte Flair had her submission on Apple Fire, Alexa Bliss puts down Piper Niven for the 1-2-3. And after the 1-2-3, that's when Apple Fire tapped. So Charlotte Flair thought she had won the match. But Alexa Bliss, yeah, she actually did get one over on Charlotte. Took advantage of the situation. So Alexa Bliss advances in Queen of the Ring in her bracket. Nick Aldis, this when Nick Aldis was talking to R-Truth about the match, which I already talked about, against John Cena. Cody runs into CM Punk, and CM Punk wishes him luck. Go get him, champ. So we get Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest versus Andrade versus Shinsuke Nakamura, which all matches started out pretty slow, but this match actually picked up. They had to kind of twist it because there was 3 other Fatal 4-Ways before this Fatal 4-Way. So you kind of have to do a lot of twists, not to make it look the same as the others. You know what I'm saying? So this match didn't really pick up till right at the end. Right at the end. And your boy Cody Rhodes has advanced in the Kings of the Ring. So we got Cody versus the winner of Monday Night Raw next Friday. And next Friday we also got Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn. So I'm taking it as we're about to get some matches we've been looking for. And I think it's gonna be all faces. I think Jey Uso gonna take that win Monday night. I think Jey Uso gonna take that win, people. We will be looking at Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments, though. Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso on one side. Then we got Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton on the other side. If Sami Zayn wins and if Jey Uso wins, we get best friends going against each other in the finals. Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso, right? Right? On the other hand, if Randy Orton wins and Cody wins, we finally get Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Mentor versus the Prodigy. Which I don't think we getting. I do think Sami Zayn gonna defeat Randy Orton, and I do think Cody Rhodes gonna defeat Jey Uso or whoever in that bracket. And I do think we gonna get Sami Zayn versus Cody Rhodes in the finals, because we gotta save Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. We gotta save Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso for better nights, right? But let me know what y'all think about SmackDown down in the comments, people. I be the main event, and I'll catch you all in the next main event. Peace.